Hello. Hi, guys. Sorry I'm a minute or two late here. Super chaotic morning in the Burson household. Got my two kids on their Zoom calls. I can hear them shouting in the background. I'm attending a workshop, and at 10 o'clock, I had a really exciting new business call with a brand I'm super excited about the opportunity to work with. And I didn't want to cut that call short because I just would be so excited to work with this. So TBD on whether we land the work. We're going to send a proposal. All my all of my women in our programs are here. Hi, guys. Thanks so much for being here. So our process, here's typically, I'll just side note, sales process. We got an email from the contact, very brief, through our website. On the call, she let me know that I think she found us through Google, which is kind of interesting. And then when she landed on the site, the things that were most compelling to her were our case studies on brands that are similar to hers. This is why niching down and really focusing on the kind of clients you want to attract is so important, because you can create those compelling case studies, put them on your website, and this person landed on our site and really saw an opportunity for her brand in the kind of work that we do and that we've secured for other clients. So we had a quick back and forth over email, quickly set up a call, and then our sales call was about an hour, actually exactly an hour. And she ran me through her whole history. She's a brand that's been around for 20 years, and the history of working with PR firms and kind of where she is now and why she's looking for a change. And then kind of said, okay, tell me about you, which is one of those super open-ended questions where you're like, oh, where do I start? But she was really familiar with me and our company. She said she looked at the website, she studied everything, and she looked at my social media presence. So, when somebody does all that and they come to you, you feel confident that, they are looking for someone like you because you've shared so much of yourself, and they're like, that's what I want. So I felt really confident. I know we can crush it for her brand. And I literally told her that. I said, all of these things that you're telling me are a problem with your other agency. We're going to fix it and make it right. I asked her for her budget, and she was able to give me information there. So I know that we are absolutely in the ballpark, which is super exciting. I recently had another sales call. I know this is like a side topic, but I think this is really interesting. I always want to hear how people land new clients and stuff. So good. I'm seeing hearts come. Perfect. I had another sales call with a company who said they've done PR before, very familiar. And on his call, he was like, we like ROI and metrics and numbers, and we want meetings, and we want, blah, 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 blah. Like, we want to have meetings, and we need to see ROI and KPIs. And I was just like, oh my God. And then I said, do you have a sense of your budget? And he said, I really don't. I don't have a sense of my budget. Why don't you put a proposal together, and then we'll go from there. So I come in at like a normal rate, not too high, not too low, like Goldilocks here, just right. And he texts me and says, wow, I'm so shocked at what your fee is. And I'm like, well, what's your budget? And he says, $750. And I'm like, what? You're reaching out to an agency. You said you've done this before. You expect me to get on the phone all the time. You expect to see metrics and reporting and KPIs. I'm like, you need to reach out to a brand new freelancer who's never done PR before, who's hungry for your business, or contact a VA in the Philippines to help you, because you're never going to talk to an agency that will take that fee. Guys, like, are you kidding me? I was so upset that he wasted my time. So that is one of those things we say dodged a bullet. This other one is a international brand, sold at Ulta, sold, everywhere, been on the market 20 years, launching 11 new products in the next 6 months. Like, that is the kind of client that I want to work with. Look at that. I know, I'm like laughing, crying too. I'm just like, seriously, guy? Like, why did you waste my time? And how are you shocked at what our retainer isn't even like high? It was under under 5 figures for his brand. So like, seriously, bro. Anyway, so call could not have gone better. Really, really incredible entrepreneur that we would be able to support. And I can't wait to hopefully report back on who our new client is. But, just wanted to share that. So the next phase will be creating a proposal. And we have in our agency accelerator, just so you know, I share our exact proposal, all of the things we include, the exact template that we use, the verbiage that we use to position our agency. And then I show you examples of proposals that we've submitted for different types of clients. So we keep a few different proposals pretty much like 80-90% of the way done with samples, and the layout is done. It's just beautiful, and really visually it packs a punch. And then for each brand that we talk to, we'll go in and we'll customize that proposal to really echo back. Like, I take notes. I hope you guys do this on your sales calls. You take notes. And then you're able to refer back to the things like the initiatives and the launches and the words that they use in describing what they're looking for and the challenges that they've experienced, so that you can kind of speak to them and they say, wow, you're in my head. And you're like, well, it's because you told me what you're looking for, and I know how to serve that up to you in a way where you're feeling like I'm the agency, our agency is the only one that can actually provide that to you. So take notes on your calls, and you can regurgitate, in a very strategic way. So they say, oh my God, they know exactly what we're looking for. And it's like, yeah, you told me. They forget they told you all that. So and then we take that, and it's a beautiful PDF, and we put it, because it's so image heavy, we put it into a Dropbox and then send them a link so they can download it, and can't email it because it's just too big, because there's so much good stuff in there. And then we, follow up. This company's looking for a quick turnaround, which I love, because we're ready to go. So I'll keep you guys posted. And obviously anybody inside of our agency accelerator, if you ever wanted to see like the email exchange or anything like that, we share all of that stuff in there. So you guys know, like, I've had clients ask, well, we want to come visit you in your office. And like, clearly, even pre-pandemic, we worked from home. So do you lose a client if you say, well, actually, we don't have an office? And they feel like, well, if you don't have an office, you're not legit. How do you handle that? We have an entire copy ready to go for how we handle that, and positioning it in a way that looks like really a benefit to them. Cost savings, passing the savings on to you, and all that great stuff. So that's the stuff I love to share in the agency accelerator. I know today that was a super tangent, but that's literally, I just got off the call 1 second before I jumped on here. But today's topic, we're talking all about how you identify what is wrong with your pitch and troubleshoot. We just had Erin inside of our programs talking about sending pitches, following up, feeling like she had this really interesting story to tell, wondering if it was her niche. She's just not hearing back. So, we've talked about this before, but I wanted to do a dedicated training specifically on this topic so that we could walk through it together and figure out how to, solve this problem, or at least know what to look for. It's like diagnosing and, troubleshooting. You got to do this diagnostic, like, where am I falling apart here? So the first thing is we recommend using a pitch tracker. So a pitch tracker, we have a template for it inside the Pitch Lab, which is our monthly membership experience, all about how to master the art of pitching and become a pitching powerhouse. So we do this so that you can kind of keep track of when you're pitching to certain outlets and track each step along the way, so that you can kind of see timing and you start to see patterns emerge. Like, you send a pitch and then you follow up after a certain number of days. And then you know when to follow up again, or when to kind of retool your pitch or go to somebody else. That will help you keep track of all that, so you're not kind of guessing or having to search your email and your sent folder and figure out when you did certain things, right? And the tracker can kind of also help you identify where you may be going wrong in the process, like where your strategy might not be super strong. So you can tell, are people not opening your emails, right? So we also recommend certain tools in your email to track when people open. We had a call yesterday for the agency accelerator, and some people said that when they use Outlook, they're not able to use those tools. We use G Suite. We use the tool to track when emails are open, so we can see that they're opening certain emails. There's are also some really cool ninja strategies that you can use with like URL shortener for links, where you include all of your like electronic press kit in a Dropbox or a Google Drive, and you create a link for them. And we also kind of talked about how to generate UTM codes. This is like super high level ninja stuff, but some of the members of our community are doing this. And you can see when they're accessing those specific links. So you know if you create a link for a certain publication and the link is clicked, you know they've opened your pitch. Okay, so that's how some of your peers are doing it. If they're not opening your emails, like no one's clicking the links or you see the email isn't opening, it's probably your subject line that is not compelling, or the day and time that you're sending your pitch. And one of the shocking things that I've discovered in doing research as I'm building out the content in the pitch lab is the day that, Jane, it was our mastermind call yesterday. That's why the agency accelerator coaching calls that was done. That was like a bonus, and those kind of wrapped. So this is our mastermind group. That's the call that we had yesterday, just FYI. So, you know, the other calls we're doing are the Pitch Lab monthly calls, which I know you know about because you've joined us on those. But what was I saying? Oh my gosh, I had another ninja move. I'll remember. The day that is most likely to get a response is shocking to me, but there's been data that's been done. And the number one day that you are most likely to get a response on your pitch is Friday. I couldn't believe it myself. And the reason why is because we all think it's Tuesday through Thursday. So everyone is sending pitches Tuesday through Thursday. And there's no competition on Fridays. I mean, yes, there's like summer Fridays and people are out of office and things like that. But in general, they are not getting as many pitches on Fridays, and your pitch is most likely to stand out. Give me a thumbs up or a heart if that is surprising to you, because for me, I was like, really? But it is. There's data that backs it up. There's actual data that backs up that claim, and I was just as shocked as you are to hear it. So yes, it could be the day and time or your subject line. That's possible. Are people not responding to your emails? Yeah, look at that. See, I know. It's like, I was shocked too. If they're not responding to your emails, it could be the pitch itself. It could be the angle isn't the right fit for that contact. Or it could be that you're not pitching the right contact with the right idea. So it could be them writing something that isn't actually you're pitching something that isn't actually the type of thing that they would typically cover. So it could be a really great fit for that publication, the idea you're submitting, but maybe the contact you're reaching out to, it's just not the right fit for them. So you might want to try someone else, or it could be the pitch itself. So you got to retool your idea and tweak it a bit before resubmitting. Are people responding, but it doesn't actually convert to a media feature? It could be that maybe you don't have your assets in order to respond quickly enough, or the assets aren't a high enough quality for them. Like you have to kind of QC your client's assets, which we cover in the pitch lab in the very first, the very first like content stack, the first and second. It's getting the assets together so that you know you are completely set up for success in your pitching. It could be that they're not high quality enough. You need to call your clients out and make sure they get you what you need to be effective. It could be that you're not responding quickly enough. Maybe you missed a deadline, or you're not packaging the information in a way that the editor can actually take it and run with it. So there's a bunch of different things. The other thing that is extremely useful is getting another set of eyes on your pitches. So another set of professional eyes that understand. You want to make sure it has teeth. You want to make sure it's compelling. It has a strong call to action. It's succinct. It's targeted, timely, and tantalizing. Those are the 3 T's that we teach inside of the Pitch Lab. So that's extremely important. And I know it's really hard to get eyes on your pitches, which is why we created this community, so that you can post it inside of the Facebook group, ask for support, get some eyes on it, get some recommendations and feedback, see your blind spots. That's part of the benefit of having a community of pros that can get eyes on the work that you're doing, because we often don't see our own blind spots. So that's another aspect that really helps you refine and hone. So you post in the community and people jump into your Google Doc and make comments and share. And now you've got 3 or 4 professionals giving you feedback, so you know your pitches are not missing the mark. So once you've identified which part of the process you're struggling with, you can kind of figure out what it would take to fix it and tweak it a little bit. And like I've said, in the Pitch Lab, we share all of the strategies for nailing every single aspect of the pitch. It could also be in the pre-work that you're doing for your overall strategy, who you're reaching out to, how you're timing it. There's a lot that goes into it. And those are all of the steps that we work on refining and supporting you with inside of the Pitch Lab. So, it's just knowing how to troubleshoot, knowing where your blind spots are. That is why we created that community and all of those resources, is to help you get to the bottom of it and kind of nail all of those, areas where you may be struggling. So let me know if you have any specific questions. A lot of times you're closer than you think. It might be the follow-up as well. Yesterday, I recorded all of the content for Stack 7, where we talk all about mastering the art of the follow-up. We're releasing that tomorrow. So if you already have Stack 6, tomorrow you'll get access to Stack 7. So I know what you'll be doing this weekend. But yeah, I loved recording that because I realized that you're so close. You're just so close. 95% of the features we land come in the follow-up. Think about that. If you're not doing it right, or you're not doing it at all, or you're not timing it right, you might be missing out on something that is just like right there within your grasp. So that's what we troubleshoot inside of the Pitch Lab. It's awesome. Plus these monthly execution guides that we create that have 35 pages of content ideas on how to pitch. And today we announced Simone McDowell, who's a new advisor inside of the Pitch Lab, helping us create topics to, support Black voices, Black entrepreneurs, Black businesses, and Black themes in the media, so that we can kind of support, the Black Lives Matter movement and keep these topics fresh in the eyes of the media. And as communicators, do our part to continue that awareness and keep the conversation going now more than ever. So welcome, Simone. You guys got that announcement today. And yeah, that's what I have for you guys. Cross your fingers and toes for me. Wish me luck on landing this new brand. It's an old brand, but would be a new client for us. And I would be so excited to, support this brand. And yeah, let me know. I can see comments here. I'll stay on for like a minute or so if anybody has any questions about what we talked about today, or my sales process for pitching new business, or anything about the Pitch Lab. And I see Elaine, Sally, and Jane in the comments are all in the program. I don't know who else is here. Let me know if you're in the program, if you're on, because I like to say hi to my peeps. And anybody who's following my air conditioner saga. My air conditioner was broken, and then it was fixed, and then it was broken again. And it's like 100 degrees where I live, and my house is super, super hot. I'm currently sweating, but I do think the AC is working. It's just not coming on now because the programming got canceled. Anyways, if you see me like glistening, it's because I don't think the air is on, but it is fixed. So nobody is responding. Who else is in the program that's here? I see you gals are here. but anyway, anybody who's in the program, I'm so grateful for you, and you make it awesome. And I just am so, honored to get to support so many smart and savvy, even just Elaine, Sally, and Jane, who are on here, have so much experience in PR, and to have them in the program, lending their expertise and getting eyes on your pitches, and so many others like them. There's over 100 members so far of this program, and it's the most collaborative and awesome group of PR professionals. So that's what I have for you today. Nobody's asking questions. So, oh, Tammy. Hi. Oh, good. Hi, Tammy. I'm glad you caught a live too. Thanks so much for being here. And anybody, let me know if you have any questions. I'm here every week at 11 on Thursdays, 11 a.m. Pacific. And that's what I got for you. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Thanks as always for showing up live. It means the world to me. And let us know if you have any questions. And I think if you post a comment here, our BuzzBot, our wonderful chat bot, will reply to you. What are we giving you in the BuzzBot? Details on how you could join the Pitch Lab. That's cool. So yeah, if you leave a comment, you'll get a DM about that, and half the people who comment are already in the program, so just ignore it. Sorry if that's super annoying. You can opt out of it. But anyway, Jackie. Hi, Jackie. Thanks for being here. I'm going to go ahead and give a thumbs up. All right, guys, have an awesome weekend. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you real soon next week.